So what you're going to do now is go into your starter or your project, not my template, but your project. And we've got these 5 rectangles here. You can hover over them, you'll see them. We're going to fill these with color. So if you double click these, you have to double click it because right now it's a group. So it has a label, it has 2 labels or 2 text fields and a square. So double click it, it'll highlight that square. Okay, so grab a hex value from your palette once you find it. If I'm talking too quickly or you need a reference, you can go find that. It's under creating a color palette. So when you highlight that square, you're going to come over here to this right side. It says fill. Okay, you're going to paste in that hex code there. You can also double click this label and kind of just update that so it actually reflects the correct label. And I'm just going to copy over. Let's just copy over some colors. Now if your shade is a little darker, like this one, you can see this black text is maybe a little bit too dark. Go ahead and change that to white if you would like. Okay. So once we've now got our color strokes, and don't worry if I'm going too fast, you're going to get some time to work on this right now. Once we've got these, we're going to turn them into actual assets that we can use to build our components. So what you're going to do is you're going to double click again on the rectangle. We can see I've got my fill here. If you look under fill to the right side, there are these 4 little dots here for this menu. You can click that. And, oops, no, I don't want to add a gradient. So you click this little menu here. You'll see it says color styles and you add a plus. So I want to create a new color style. I'm going to call this the same as my label, so primary 200. Okay? You create your style. You're going to do that for all of these. So again, go to this little menu, hit plus, just give it a name. Again, you can call these whatever you want. I'm going to stick with the primary dash and then increments of 100. So add those in there. And once those are added, and make sure you do these down here too. So when you copy over these artboards, I don't think it copied over the styles. I'm going to give you time to work on this. And once you do that, the really, really cool thing is, like, if I go over here, or I'll stay in colors. If I stay here and I press R and I create a new rectangle, I want to give this one of my primary colors. If I click this menu, look, I've got all my colors here. And so I can change it to red. And I can create another rectangle, and I can set this to red as well. But now if I actually go and update this, let's make this, I don't know. What's a hex code? Let's do 4AB. Let me change the color of this. I'll just copy one from down there, 737581. So let's say I change this color. You can update the color style and it'll propagate now to all of your components. So if you have gone through and created color styles for all of these, on this right-hand sidebar, on this design tab here, you should see them showing up. So you can see color styles, and we've got all the list here. And if you haven't gotten through adding all the status colors or the neutrals, that's okay. Like, it's not a big deal. We're actually gonna, you can work on that later. All right, so this is what mine looks like. I'm excited to see what yours all look like in the chat. And with that, I think we're ready to move on to typography.